Welcome back to Super Chat. I'm your host, Just Jess, and I'm here with Brian Martin, trivia host extraordinaire, and Mike Worth, the artist. I always want to say MikeWorthArt.com. That's where you can find him.
Works.
Do you know my phone always corrects with now to worth?
Yeah, awesome.
All the time.
That's good.
All the time. I'm always like, do you want to go worth me to get ice cream? Like, and I'm like, delete. But so you're very popular
I'm
on
honored.
my phone. So we're talking about The Flash. It just premiered, and so far we think, hey, better than last season.
Yes.
I think a lot of things can be better.
Leaps and bounds. I feel so much better about Barry's attitude. He's like, hey, I'm back and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Great, Barry.
Yeah.
Let's just hold on to that.
He reminded me of what character? I can't even think of it. There's some movie where it's like heavy, like everything's. Oh, you know what it is? Big Trouble in Little China, where they have the five demon bag. I'm feeling really good about this.
Yeah.
That's a shout out for my dad. He would like that. No, but now that's my big question. So we've had this rebirth of sorts. I have the Rebirth comics right here that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read these this summer and notice how unopened they are. Oh, maybe I'll read them today. But so the Flash Rebirth, he has been reborn, but was the return to normalcy a little too quick, and do you think there's gonna be a lot of repercussions from it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever that beautiful mind stuff he was doing there with the walls and writing it all over it, that's definitely coming back.
That's not gone. Yeah.
I don't think This House is Bitchin' is the be-all, end-all of that storyline.
That was the
Although
best.
if that's all they do with it,
Fine.
that was a great punchline.
Yes.
So.
I wonder who thought of that and what are the other options. That made me LOL. And then it reminded me of this show. It's the one that still has the comic relief. Like Supergirl's like cute, like warm, funny, but this actually has some moments where you're like, that was pretty funny. So I miss the Flash for that. But yeah, I agree that something creepy is coming along with the Speed Force. It's supposed to be kind of an evil place, right? So I wonder if you'll have some like memories that like all this time lapsed, if things will start, like almost like he's like PTSD, like reserved memories that start.
Or Interstellar, where like they jump time and like his time is 100 years, but then back on the ship everybody's old, like type of thing.
Yes.
Or vice versa, rather. Sorry, see, it's
something like that. Yeah. Or both ways. Yes.
Of course, if they tried to avoid time travel for this season, I'll be also very happy.
That'd be
with
good.
that.
Yeah, it'd be
really
nice.
Great because I can't with it.
Pretzel brain already.
We did a lot with it in the last couple seasons, but I mean, I think Reverse Flash is supposed to come back, so I wonder if it'll be like a Reverse Flash rebirth type thing.
Well, we got red eyes. I don't know if you saw, like in the darkness, we got the red eyes, which really was telling.
Yeah, that was
the first
interesting.
Flash,
That was
right?
creepy.
You bought Dawn.
Did you like the new suit?
It's redder.
Yeah, it is redder.
More redder.
Yeah, it's not as dark.
Yeah. Do you like that? I've heard different kind of criticism about like, well, he should look like in the comics, and it shouldn't just be leather. It should be some kind of like cool Under Armour type gear. Do you like what they've done with this suit? Do you want to see a bigger change, or are you fine with just how it is?
I think, for a television superhero suit, and really, I think his outfit on this show looks better than Ezra Miller's in the Justice League movie.
Too. Yeah.
So, I mean, not even just for a television suit. I think it looks good.
Ezra Miller, the poor guy, has a real uphill battle, and it's not his fault. He's just trying to act and do a job. But like that poor guy, it's going to be a comparison to a very beloved character.
Do you watch the trailer for that movie and think the direction for him was like act a little bit more autistic?
Really?
Every time I watch that trailer, I'm like,
I
a
feel
little
like
slightly.
The way he acts, I feel like he acts young, and maybe like it's more of a Wally West younger type, like
teenage Flash.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to beatbox, frankly.
Yeah.
He's that nutty,
He's so hip.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
what a cool
speaking
guy.
of Wally, do you guys feel like Wally always kind of gets the shaft on things? Like, you're not the real Flash. He's like, he's a Flash.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months, and he's still being called Kid Flash.
I know. Also, he's like 25.
What does it take?
Like, when does he get to be adult? He should just be like other Flash.
Right.
Or
If Tim
Wally.
Dixon were here, he would put his big foot down and say that was his Flash, right? So
Yes.
like Wally was Flash for what, 10 years?
Well, he was a Flash for a
Tim, tell
long
me how
time.
long.
Yeah. He is a Flash.
Yeah, it was
He is.
longer than that, I think. Because it
Right?
was like from like 87 or so up until like 05. It was almost
And then
20
he quit
years.
when he was in the Titans, right, in the 80s.
I guess so, yeah.
When they brought Flash back.
He was a Flash for a very long time, and then even in this show, he is legitimately a Flash. It's like, I mean, I know they have to call him Kid Flash, but whatever. We saw the new villain of the year, the Thinker, and he was very Dr. Evil-esque. What are your thoughts? I mean, I'm glad he's not a speedster. How'd you feel about this
As
guy?
if there were
Total
any
Bond
doubts.
villain.
Yeah.
Sent a robot.
He's even got a
His
sexy
samurai
woman.
robot.
I know, I kind of like that it's
Henchman.
very Bond villainy.
Yeah.
Now she's the mechanic, and we now see Caitlin Snow is back working with the team, but she's kind of like Hulkish. Like she can kind of, if you make her mad, she gets frosty.
Right, yeah, she even paraphrases the Hulk in the episode.
Yes, she does. You don't want to see me when I'm frosty. Yeah, so she can kind of turn it on and
Yikes.
off.
Got a little
It
Emperor
doesn't-
Palpatine thing going there too, I
Yeah.
think.
Totally.
It doesn't seem like it's her under her control. It's just like if you set her off, she gets mad. But she did reference working with the blacksmith. So is Caitlin going to be the tie to maybe this?
The crossover.
The
Isn't
crossover.
the crossover going to be Blacksmith?
I think the crossover is the Crisis on Earth X.
Okay, never mind.
Where they like fight their evil doppels.
doppels,
I think
yeah.
the crossover is just like fun, no real plot.
Oh, okay, all
movement.
right, all right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
But yeah, I would like, I'm glad Caitlin's back with the team, but that also seemed like a very quick. I wish the Flash would take a second to just develop things. It was just like last year, we were like, oh, we were disrupted the timeline. Just kidding, it's back.
What Caitlin's return felt like in this episode, it was like, okay, well, we want to get Danielle Panabaker into some, I don't know, more revealing clothing. So let's have her go to the dark
She looked
side
like
for
Lara
15
Croft.
minutes.
Yeah.
She really did. I mean,
like the whole way
it's
through, it's like throw on a shirt, girl. Like,
and she comes in and you're like, dang, girl. And
Yeah.
like,
We're in a
They'll
lab.
work out
no
up there
lab
in
coat.
Vancouver a
Yeah,
lot.
I know. So
Yeah.
it's like looking great, feeling great,
Yeah. Put in a tank top.
still frosty.
Still frosty. I think there's going to be a lot more developed with her character because, as you see, she's kind of working with the underworld. But I thought there might have been an ulterior motive the whole time she came back to work with the Flash because it seemed like such a quick, like, sure, after all
Yeah.
these months, sure, it's fine. I want to get into one more point about our missing friends, Dr. Wells. What do you think? He's coming back to the show. Tom Cavanaugh's back in it. What's he going to be this year?
maybe the Earth X version. Maybe it'll kick it off and say, I know of this place.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Not a bad
know.
Because
idea.
I don't know where you go at this point. Like, short of just bringing Harry back, who they
Yes.
referred to, of course,
Yeah.
in this one. But
They did. There is a trailer that was still framed, and you can see that there's kind of like a protest happening outside of Star Lab somewhere. And now I'm wondering if that might be like Earth 2. Isn't that where Harry? Well, not Harry. Yeah.
The real adventurer Wells who gets it done.
I think it's the second
is on Earth
Wells,
2.
the grumpy Wells.
Yeah.
He's Earth
Yeah.
2. So maybe that's where we'll see him come into play. But there's a lot left to be seen in the show, and next week's episode looks kind of funny. There's a really funny trailer about their couples therapy. But take a look at this one. We're going to show you this trailer for The Flash, and we'll be right back to wrap things up.
Come, gather round, class. I've built in self-repairing armor, nano-liquid circuitry, full-spectrum scanning, and a bunch of other big words.
What else does it do?
Well, lucky for you, I wrote you an instruction manual.
Yay! I'll look at this later.
Guys, the suit's freaking out.
Get it off!
I can't get it off.
What the hell does he need a rasp for, Cisco?
He runs on water. It seemed like a smart idea at the time.
Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.